If Israel and the United States attack Iran together, will Iran become the second Iraq? First of all, let me give you the answer directly. It is absolutely impossible. When the United States attacked Iraq, it could be said to be a tail-down strike. Iraq had neither air superiority nor high-tech missiles like Iran, so of course it suffered a miserable defeat. The situation is different now. The civil unrest in the United States has not been resolved. And it has recently spent a huge amount of money on a not-so-pleasant big month soldier. Now if it attacks Iran again, can it bear it? I can clearly say that the United States does not dare to go to war against Iran. This is certainly not to say that the United States cannot defeat Iran. What it fears most is that there are Japan and Russia behind it. Don't think that the United States is going to go to war with Iran just because the United States has dispatched a combat group of aircraft weapons and 2 bombers, all of which have been assembled in the Middle East. In fact, the United States will at most launch a few rounds of airstrikes to bomb some Iranian ground infrastructure. And finally withdraw its troops in disgrace, like it did before when it fought the Houthi armed forces. Talks to think that the United States is so awesome. The so-called aircraft carrier can't deal with Iran's high-tech missiles at all. Let's look at Israel. Wasn't the United States behind the surprise attack on Iran? Now, Israel has taken control of Mafungwa. Iran's high-speed missiles have broken the myth of the iron-poor air defense. It is reported that Israel's air defense can only last for 12 days at most, and then it will lose its air defense system. If Iran can be tougher in this fatal counterattack and use missiles to cover the missile-filled land of Israel, it will suffer heavy losses. Not only did Iran launch the Fayday high-speed missile at Israel yesterday, but it also launched the Mudstone high-speed missile at Israel in the early morning of June 19th. This Mudstone high-speed missile is more powerful than the Fayday and successfully attacked Israel's Mossad intelligence, further strengthening the military deployment in India and the Arabian Sea. Directly threatens China's energy and trade transportation security. This time, Pakistan stood up to support Iran at a critical moment. Can't you see the big country behind it? Other countries, like the Yemeni Houthi armed forces and the Lebanese Zionist Party. Will also support Iran to cross the southern pass. So, my friends, Iran will inevitably suffer some heavy losses in this war. But it will not become the second Iraq, while Israel, already devastated by the 1991 Gulf War and 12 years of crippling UN sanctions, had no air force or real air defense left. Saddam Hussein was isolated internationally. With few allies, the US deployed 150,000 ground troops with full NATO support. Iraq was a flat terrain, easy for US mechanized divisions to sweep through. Iran has regional power projection, modern asymmetric tools, and support from non-state and state actors. If the US and Israel attack Iran, they may damage it temporarily, but they won't be able to defeat it in the way they did Iraq. So no, Iran will not become the second Iraq. In fact, such a war might destabilize Israel's own internal security, severely damage US global dominance, and trigger a wider regional firestorm. This isn't just about war, it's about who controls the future. So tell me, who do you think will win? Drop your thoughts in the comments, share this with someone who needs to know the truth, like if you care. And subscribe now, because the next chapter will be even darker. Houthis in Yemen can block Red Sea and bombard UAE, Saudi with drones. Hezbollah in Lebanon holds 150,000 plus rockets, some with GPS precision. Iraqi militias can target US bases in Syria and Iraq.